Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Mr.BuyTheDip back here with another video. Let's talk about TradingView. Let's talk about Walmart. Let's talk about my strategy and how I pick up price points and how I know when to enter and when to exit a stock. Okay, first things first. This strategy is called recycle strategy. This is where I knew I had to sell, and I knew I made the right choice because I saw that we hit a resistance level with Walmart a couple days ago, and I sold. Okay, now the reason why I sold up here, because I thought we were going to drop off. Walmart was going to drop off because it retested this level and had a huge drop off. I'm talking like a bunch of red candles, right? We get a big gap up down after testing 95.78. I want you to keep this in mind, okay? Because this is the same level we're going to test back probably in a couple weeks, okay? We currently had a major gap up today. I would say from 10:44 a.m. to about 12 p.m. If you see a big gap like this, that means we are on the road, okay? We are trying to hit 95.78 once again. So make sure you have your price targets around that. If you want to take profit this time, do it around then. What I'm doing with Walmart now is I'm just going to hold till earnings. Walmart always delivers after earnings, and the stock gaps up after that. Now, this is basically what I did. My selling point, okay, I sold Walmart at 94.56. So as you can see, it might have been actually higher than that. 94.76. So as you can see, it tested 95.78. I sold a 94.76 after studying the chart, after studying the patterns, and looking at Walmart through TradingView. This is an app I use to look at my green and red candles. Okay, and you can see how today we build a strong base around about $93, and we go from 92.80 to 93.60 today, and that is going to be the resistance level currently. Okay, 93.60, 93.5. Okay, first things first, I want to tell you guys that it takes time, it takes consistency in order to look at these patterns. Nobody who was a beginner, or absolute beginner, would have understood to sell right here, and they would have got caught up right here. They would have been panicking right here. They probably would have been in a loss, right? And they probably would have panic sold right here and been like, oh, I think that was the right time to sell. But this is all part of the process, okay? You have to look for big gap ups. When there's a big gap up in the market, okay? For example, Friday to Monday, this is a big gap up, okay? We are going to come back down eventually. So that I had that in my mind, and then I sold Tuesday. Now, I was very patient Wednesday. I got in right at 3 p.m. This is what you guys need to realize. When you have a price target, it's going to take time, hours, sometimes days, sometimes weeks, sometimes months to hit that certain price target you want. I saw Walmart drop to about 90.95, and I couldn't get in. I was like, dang it, I think I missed my run. I didn't move my level. I wanted 90.90, okay, and eventually hit at 3 p.m. So I was like, okay, I'll take it. And from there, you can see that was perfect. We see another gap up, and we're flying now. We might come back down to fill this gap, right? But what I think is we have strong support right here. We were consolidating a little bit. I think we can go to 95 once again, probably by the end of this week even. Okay, now let's talk about the plan. I had a re-entry plan pre-planned at 90.90. When you want to sell off and recycle, okay, when you want to recycle in a stock, you have to know what you're doing next. You got to take your money, keep some in your pocket, take the rest, go back into a different stock, go back into a different ETF. You know, you can do anything. It could be ETF stock, a dividend paying stock, right? It could be anything, right? And you just want to have your plan ready. You don't want to just sell and let that money sit there, wait for you, okay? So I had a plan, okay? I was anticipating a bounce near that zone, and that's exactly what happened. My average cost per share is 90.88. I expected a bounce, and that bounce is currently making me profit, and I'm up 2.75%. This is not my profit taking zone, right? So I'm not going to sell yet. I'm going to wait till earnings. And if we dip down this time, I won't sell again, right? Because my goal this time is going to be to add more money and wait for earnings next month. Next month for earnings, I'm going for $98. I made a video on this. If you guys scroll back down, I said a $98 Walmart coming soon, because I believe we can retest. If we retest 95.78 next week, if we retest that level next week, break through, okay, despite a dip that may come after today, okay, we might see this go back down to 90, 89, whatever the case may be. We can add more money there, okay, and see the stock retest 95. So if we retest 95.7 and go to 97, imagine what the stock could do after earnings report. Earnings report is basically financials of a company that every company produces out to the public, okay? So if they can perform well and they can show that they're in profit, they have a nice cash flow, right? People are going to buy more, okay? And then when they buy more, when they reinvest their dividends, right, stuff like that is going to happen, the stock is going to have another gap up. And now after that gap up, that's when I'm going to sell. I'm just going to wait. That's when I'm going to sell, okay? Then I'm going to recycle again starting June, okay? So that's the plan so far. My buy point was re-entered at 90.90. This happened just as planned. It hit yesterday. This is the right way to buy, okay? Based on the setup, I am not using my emotions. I want you guys to realize whenever you're buying, especially with Walmart, whenever you're buying, right, you're going to see these big red candles, right? And when you see a big red candle like this, or you see a big red candle where it's just dropping the stock down, you need to be able to say, okay, I either make a move now or I stay patient, okay? In some cases, you can stay patient, but when you see a bunch of red candles like I've shown in the screenshot, I knew, I made the right choice to sell earlier. And this is the move I was avoiding. I did not want to be caught up in this, and I sold before this. So when you see multiple red candles back to back to back, consider yourself in a tough spot, because the stock is going to drop now. And exactly that's what happened. And I sold all the way up here, right? I sold up here. So it's exactly what I wanted, okay? The current status is I'm up on the investment in just about 2 days. So the screenshot was from yesterday. I sold and re-entered within 2 days. Now I have my next target set. So my next target is about 98. That's a big ask, but I have about a month. Technically, I have a month to hit that target. That is not crazy, okay? If Walmart can retest 95 and we can break through about 95.7, right, which we could definitely do that with Walmart, right? If we can break through this level right here, we're gonna see some exciting news, okay? Because we were at this level about 2 days ago, okay? We were just shy off of 96. So if we can break this level right here of 95.98-ish, right, that's something that's doable with Walmart. And earnings is next month, May 15th. So that's my main focus right now. Keep that in mind, guys. This strategy is simple. Okay, don't let your emotions take over. If you sell a stock and it runs up higher, don't be greedy. Don't regret your decisions. Don't say, oh, I should have hold on to the stock. I would have been up 20% by now. No, you could be wrong. You could be right. But I'd rather leave up 7% than be greedy and leave down 2%.